Well, hello guys, welcome back to another video. We are back to working on the charger and thrashing to make it to Hot Rod Power Tour. So I'm hoping that we can get this thing together just in time to make it. So in the last video we actually got all the suspension put back together, the car back on the ground, and today we're going to get the engine ready and basically have it to where I can use it and finally put it in the car and see if we can make it fire up. So stick around to the end of the video, see if that even happens, and I'll see you then. I've just put a little bit of gas in the carburetor. I've got earplugs in because we're going to break the cam in inside. We're probably going to take a step back so we get some fresh air. Both doors are open, so we got some good cross ventilation. I don't know what else to do but to see what happens. Cooler line. Let me tighten it up. I forgot to tighten it up back here. I do that. I had to loosen them both up to get it to tighten up, and I forgot completely to do that. Well, this is what happens when you get in a hurry. You forget to tighten up your transmission cooler line. But there we go. Ought to be all right now. a little concerned about my current radiator setup here. Don't know if it's actually doing the trick. I don't know. So we're gonna take the aluminum radiator that's in my Cordoba and just see if that changes anything. If it does, we can kind of narrow some stuff down. We're at Sammy's. This is my go-to spot to get any kind of exhaust done. Now, whenever I got those headers changed out, I have to get new pipes connected back in. And I've got electric cutouts on this car. I'm out. They leak. They don't work anymore. Cutting those off too. So Sammy's gonna rig up and weld in a new piece of pipe for me. And something else I'm gonna show you here in a minute. Whenever we were having radiator issues, he's gonna see if he can help me out with something else. So let's go check out the charger and see what progress we got going on. Now what you just saw me do is cut the end off of the steering column because I had to add a coupler here that joins up with our power steering rack. So all I have to do is figure out where I want this one to sit and then run some steering column double D stock, join them up into here together, weld this one on. We should be able to steer the car. That's gonna be a close one. Let's see if we can make that work. And what I'm thinking about is cutting it back a little bit further to reduce how severe this angle is because it's going really far out and straight down. So we might cut it up a little bit further and then come in. But that looks a lot nicer than I was expecting it to. Oh, there we go. Hey, over there. So we're back. The exhaust is all tied up. We're going to start it up in just a second, but this is the radiator that I had to put in the car. This is a Champion out of my gold Cordoba sitting over in the back corner, way back there. I just wanted to test and see, is something wrong with the radiator? What could be the issue? Now, the bottom of the radiator is actually on the opposite side, so we had to make this little bottom hose here not the best. Have a 90 degree coming out, a piece of exhaust pipe, and then a 90 going back up to make it all work. Now it does stay cool. It actually runs fairly cool, and all it's got is this electric fan right here. It'll sit here and idle all day long, and I'm really hoping that we can get the brakes done up enough to where we can drive it and see if we can actually go for a test drive and change the wheels and tires, finish up a few things, and get it going. Steering column is done. Take a listen to this though. This thing sounds amazing. I love these. Now, what I had them do was cut out the cutouts. I had electric cutouts on here and they leaked like crazy, so it sounded terrible. But it's much quieter now. My toolbox fell. That was terrifying. Wow, my heart. Woo! It sounds a lot better now. The Dynamax Ultra Flows can really do their job because there's no like super major header leak now. But it sounds really, really good. I love this car. But I've got bad news. I've got some bad news. Guys, we've run into an issue. Quite a major issue, something that is certainly required for a car if you're going to take it on a road trip for a very long time, and that is brakes. So as you saw, the front rotors from Willwood were here, and the Willwood master cylinder on here that I added, it's all manual. And on the back, since I didn't really have time to go with my disc conversion I wanted to, I just popped the drums back in because it was simple. Now, what's happened here is that it is the day before we're supposed to leave. Literally, I guess the night before. You know, we're leaving tomorrow, and I can't get brakes. The pedal works. I have plenty of pedal travel. Seems like I have plenty of pedal engagement. I've got fluid coming out of the master cylinder. I've got fluid to the rears, but it won't build up pressure, and I can't make it work. So we don't have any type of brakes. I hate to say it, but I know when to call it quits. And this might be quits, unfortunately. I'm sorry if you were looking forward to seeing the Charger on Power Tour. I know I was, and it's kind of upsetting that I couldn't make it in time, but I don't want a repeat of 2019. I don't want a repeat of this car not being what I want it to be and just not handling well, not driving well, being a burden to make happen. And like we've mentioned before, I want to do it right this time. So I apologize that I couldn't make it in this car. Now I am going to go in a different car for sure, and you know this car, but it's just, it didn't work, and I apologize. If you were really wanting to see the Charger, I really do apologize. Now, what I'd like to do is have this car at Mo Party in the future for Holly. That's in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So, you know, this car hopefully will show up there. So I hate it that, I'm sorry guys, I really am. The car runs great though. We can at least, you know, mark that off the list and say, hey, you know, we got that part done. I'm hoping that we can drive it because we were going to test drive it, but it's the day before. I don't have enough time to work out all the bugs. I still have a lot of stuff left on my list to do that I can't finish up today. I just need to, you know, wipe my hands clean of it, start over, start fresh, see if we can figure out what's wrong with it actually, and go from there. So what we're going to do is take this. Now, if you've been an OG fan of the channel, you know this car. This is the 73 Challenger with the 5.7 Hemi, 4-speed. We did a whole build series on this car 2 years ago and the last year before that. So this car is going to go. Be on the lookout if you're going to be on Hot Rod Power Tour. This thing will be there. Not only will this be there, but also my 72 Swinger. A couple buddies of mine are taking this car here. Now this one has been in my collection for a long time, and it hasn't been on the channel for a minute, but we're taking this one. This is just a, you know, 72 360 automatic, power brakes, disc, power steering. Converted it to big bolt a few years ago, and it's a lot of fun. So this car is actually going to make it, and the Challenger is going to make it as well. No more Charger, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but just too many unknowns.